Hey guys, what's up? It's Rod Bombtron back at another video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the first skin in our new OG pass. Last time, we would have took a look at the K-pop Demon Hunter skins yesterday, along with Lieutenant Slade from the normal battle pass. This time, though, we have Omen Hunter Calamity, which is the new sort of remixed version of Calamity. I'm not really sure who she's got remixed with, if there specifically is another per character the way there usually is, or if it's just kind of an updated version. But you can see the skin here. We got her Dark Longhorn gun wrap, the Ritual Longhorn back bling, the Steak Whittling emote, which is pretty cool. We have Jane, which is the glider, which is a big crow with like a bandana on. We got the Hunter's Stake and Hammer, which is pretty cool. We got the Longhorn's Curse, which I actually really like that. And then we've got the different style for it, the Midnight stuff, which I do have equipped in a separate preset and whatnot to show off. So, if you like this, let me know in the comment section below. And without further ado, let's go into creative mode and actually take a look at Calamity in all of her glory with her items. Let's go. So, quickly before we take a look at Calamity in all of her glory, here we have her contrail, which is Longhorn like contrail thing here. But you see, it is just the two sort of bull heads or whatever, cow heads maybe, whatever they're supposed to be with the horns, which they look pretty cool with like the nice red sort of contrail flowing and whatnot. You can see it as she actually kind of like skydives instead of just floating. And then we have the bird as well, which Jane, I think the bird's called. But you see, it's very cool. It's got the raven color scheme, as kind of typical for this sort of stuff, with the white torso, and then like this little metal contraption kind of using as the handles to actually hold on to the bird for the glider, which I think is honestly pretty cool. So yeah, without further ado, let's go and actually take a look at Calamity in all of her glory, and then see what happens. Let's go! So, here we have Calamity in all of her glory, which, as you can see, I've tried something new for the background of this, section for it's kind of Halloween, like, and all that sort of stuff. But you see Calamity in all of her glory. You see her little cowboy hat on there. Got like the little mask to cover her mouth. I'm not quite sure what the design choice is there, but anyway, got the classic bright pink hair, which I think looks absolutely amazing. Then you've got like the sort of shirt, well, the sleeves going on, I should say, with like the crop top there. Then obviously like the assless chaps, but with the short shorts on there at the same time, which again looks very interesting. And then her boots, you can't see them very well, but if we stand like the whole way back here, you can see her boots with like the little spurs and everything kind of not getting shown off by or closed up by the grass. But you see she's got bullets on one side, a gun on the other, like a pistol. Then she's got her stake and hammer, because she's like a vampire hunter now instead of monster hunter or whatever. She's omen hunter now, so I don't really know. But you see the swoosh effect isn't anything terribly special, but still pretty cool. Then you can see for the back bling is this nice horn, like longhorn thing. It's just a skull with like the horns with the silver bullets hanging off it, which is honestly pretty cool. It's got like the leather and all around the actual face to give it the extra spikes, which I think is pretty cool. Then for the weapon, here we have the gun wrap, which has the nice like horn design on it, which you can't really see it well in any of these. I suppose the machine gun's probably your best bet, but you can see here how it looks, and it looks pretty cool overall. Yeah, and then we also have her emote, which is here, as you can see. It's her sitting on a gravestone. I don't know how well you can actually see that. Let me see if I can change the camera angle. And here, if we sit back here, you'll be able to see it very nicely. She sits on a gravestone with like a little knife, kind of making a stake out of it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of it for Calamity's first style. You can see the back of the actual headstone there as well. Let's go take a look at her other one and see what it's like. Let's go. So, before we take a look at her secondary style for Calamity, as you can see, she's actually rocking it already. Here we have the secondary preset style for the bird, for Jane, which it's just the midnight form, and it is purely black this time instead of like the blue color for the feathers and the white torso. The other main difference is the fact that the metal contraption that they're holding onto is more of like a nearly rose gold now, which isn't a bad thing in the slightest. I actually don't mind it too much. But anyway, it is a new design detail. And of course, you can see how Calamity looks a bit up close and personal there as well, along with the Longhorn Contrail once again. So let's go take a look at Calamity in all her glory for the second preset. So here we have Calamity in her secondary style, which is her like sort of omen powered style, or like she's super powered in some form. She did have this style in her original skin as well, which if I can, I'll try and put a comparison up next to her or something of said style that I'm on about. But this time it is very interesting, obviously keeping the design cues of the first preset as I showed. But this time she has the nice sort of blacked out outfit with like top and jeans and all sort of in that darker colour, to then allow the purple, which you can have cyan, black, purple and white, I believe is the colour scheme. There are different colours, but I chose the purpley pink one because it stands out the most in my opinion. But you can see it's on the hat, on the arms for like the sleeves, along with the trousers, or at least like where the chaps are, which is pretty interesting. And I believe it's on the back of her boots slightly as well. That's just a rose gold tint, same way her pickaxe does. But anyway, it looks great. I love the design of this. The bullets don't change, obviously, but the actual like the pistol does on her hip, which is very nice. But you see the new pickaxe swoosh, which isn't terribly different, but it has a bit of like a rose gold swoosh to it, which I think is pretty cool. She has her eyes glowing like a purpley pink colour now, along with the actual outfit, as I was saying. And then for her back bling, you can see if we change the camera angle, it wants to work. Here, you can see the back bling is that same Longhorn design with the bullets, which the bullets have actually changed on the back bling. They have like a rose gold casing with the silver tips to them now, which is pretty interesting. And then for the emote, here we have it again, which you can see how it looks, which it does not change the actual stake in her hand. Like the base of it still is a silver on it instead of the rose gold, but it is what it is. Very cool looking. I'm a fan of how this looks just in general. You kind of see a better design of her like inner trouser leg there as well, which I think is actually really cool. So yeah, pretty cool. On top of that, we do have the gun wrap once again, but here you have it, which I don't think I actually seen if it was reactive, which it is reactive when you shoot, when you fire, that kind of glows up a little bit. Here it is with the shotgun. You can't see it too well on that. And here we have it on the big machine gun, which you can kind of see on that. The eyes just look to glow in some form, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so that is kind of it for the skin and all of our items. Overall, pretty cool. I'm a fan, of course. It is Calamity. Chapter 1, Season 6 was one of those seasons I never truly finished because I never got to Tier 100. But from Season 7 onwards, I always got Tier 100 because I really missed out on a lot of good stuff from the first 2 or 3 seasons I've played. So, yeah, if you like this, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys soon with something else. Goodbye.